I want you guys to go check out Manny Pacquiao. Remember, he got famous because they said this could be the guy that could possibly dethrone the king. Did it happen? Absolutely not. Was it easy? Absolutely.
It wasn't easy.
Okay, so 10 rounds to 2 ain't easy.
I love to have a fight with a rematch with Floyd Mayweather. So I hope that, you know, the negotiations just we can understand each other and we can negotiate well.
People really want to see it. Like, everyone thinks they're broke. Everyone is looking at Pacquiao. I know for a fact that, like, Pacquiao's not broke, but I don't know, like, definitively, like, is Mayweather doing this for money? Like, of course he's doing it for...
To be honest, I don't think that it adds to legacy. I mean, they're both way past their prime, so it meant something when they fought the first time. It don't mean nothing now. It's just...
11 years ago, fans were sold the dream of the fight of the century. What they got instead looked more like a $400 million heist. Now, in 2026, Netflix is resurrecting a rematch that virtually nobody asked for. And yet, the entire globe will still stop to watch. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao are officially locked in to run it back this September at the Las Vegas Sphere. The internet is quick to label it a cynical cash grab, but behind closed doors, insiders are whispering a different narrative, one that suggests this rematch might carry more weight than the public expects.
Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao are fighting each other September 19th at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Yes, you have heard that right. No, you have not gone back a decade into a time machine. This is actually happening. Floyd Mayweather, who celebrates his 49th birthday tomorrow, will step into the ring as a near 50-year-old man against 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Again, this thing going down in just a couple of months from now at the Sphere. A rematch of the May 2nd, 2015 super fight, a fight that was dubbed the fight of the century. Of course, Floyd Mayweather won that fight by unanimous decision. After the fight, Manny Pacquiao would later say or reveal that he had suffered an injury and was far less than 100% when he stepped into that ring. Well, now we're about to find out here now, 11 plus years later, who is truly the better fighter. Perhaps the most shocking part of this entire deal is that this is not another one of those exhibition fights. Look, Floyd Mayweather retired in August of 2017 after he beat Conor McGregor. And we have seen him in the ring, but never risking that perfect, that pristine 50-0 record. That is until now, because this is a professional bout, meaning if Floyd loses, the perfect record is kaput. It is done. And that means a lot for him to be undefeated. There are very few fighters out there who have gone through their entire career with an unblemished record, but Floyd Mayweather happens to be one of those.
The skepticism surrounding this matchup is deeply rooted in the disappointment of 2015. That fight was delayed for so many years that the overwhelming hype eventually collapsed under its own staggering weight. By the time they finally stepped into the ring, both men were still performing at an elite level, but their priorities had visibly shifted. They were far more concerned with protecting their careers and unblemished reputations than with taking genuine risks. In the years since, the consensus has been that the bout resembled a calculated tactical chess match rather than a brutal war, with both combatants meticulously avoiding anything that might jeopardize their legacies. For many, it remains one of the most underwhelming, overpriced events in sports history. Yet, as the 2026 return begins to take shape, the conversation is evolving. Fans are starting to wonder if their advanced age this time around might actually force them to produce something more compelling.
First thoughts from both guys. From Pacquiao, I want Floyd to live with the one loss on his professional record and always remember who gave it to him. Floyd, I already fought and beat Manny once. This time will be the same result. So we already have quotes. They're already pushing this fight heavy. Now, yes, is this fight happening because Floyd is going broke? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we're just going to get that out of the way right away. Floyd has lost a lot of money, which is why he's continuing to fight through his career. And listen, Manny's political run in the Philippines wasn't great, right? So they're going back to what they do best. This rematch, if anything, is going to be interesting for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's Mayweather and Pacquiao, the biggest fight that's ever happened in combat sports. It wasn't at their best. We'll talk about how I think this version's going to go. But what was it? 4.2 million pay-per-view buys. The biggest fight we thought we'd ever see. And it may still be that, but this is going to do numbers as well, no doubt about it. But the reason this fight is at least more interesting to me now than either of their exhibitions. And yeah, I'm throwing away how the first fight went and that they were past their prime in that one, and that I may be getting the wool pulled over my eyes for what we actually might see. But let's be honest, though. Floyd's 49, Manny's 47. We know what we're going to get. They're not going to be in their prime. We don't expect them to be in their primes. But Manny Pacquiao just came off a world title fight where I thought he beat Mario Barrios. I thought he beat him. Now, granted, it was a draw, and we just saw Mario Barrios get absolutely skunked by Ryan Garcia. It's showing us that, one, like I've said, Mario Barrios is one of the worst world champions in boxing, or he was. Again, that's no offense to Mario. It's just the reality is he was not one of the stronger champions. Two, the game is obviously always going. It's always on that forward treadmill, so it's passed him by. But it showed that Manny could compete, at least at some high level still, in boxing. And Floyd, even with the 20 billion exhibitions he's done to sully his name, it's shown that he's still...
Some critics, including respected voice Jimmy Smith, have already dismissed the rematch as nothing more than a hollow spectacle designed for entertainment rather than competition. However, a growing faction of analysts sees things through a completely different lens. They argue that aging could actually serve as the great equalizer. In 2015, Mayweather still possessed elite foot speed and seemingly endless endurance, which allowed him to stay in constant motion for 12 full rounds and safely pick his points from a comfortable distance. Now, that advantage is gone.
I just hope they really box. Like, fuck, if y'all don't get in there really box, man.
Oh, they ain't got no choice but to really
Pacquiao
fight.
really want to beat him still, so I don't think he ain't gonna be able to take
Does
it.
this count for Floyd record? Yeah.
Yeah.
But this how I was
some of them
talking.
shits be saying it don't count on
Exhibition
the
fights.
record.
Nah, I don't
Yeah,
think
this
it's
a real.
exhibition.
I think this is a real fight.
Yeah,
We was talking yesterday. This is gonna be like MJ coming back with the Wizards.
Damn.
Nah, this is way past that. They
Nah,
got 50, bro.
You said
Yeah,
this
but
MJ
we like-
scrimmaging with the Bobcats.
We don't really
talking about how
care.
it look.
Yeah, we don't really care if he lose. At this point,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, damn, he fought him when he was 50 because he was out of his prime. He took 8 years off, bro.
Yeah.
So nobody, it ain't gonna really hold no weight.
So why he doing it then?
Similar to that.
Because this nigga gonna get paid.
They think this gonna do the same amount of money as the first fight?
The shit that you said you would do for 100 million, nigga, you're getting the
Boy
ring
about to
too.
get 180 off this fight.
If I'm
That ain't my
Pacquiao,
legacy.
yeah, I'm signing up, bro. I got a free
His
100 mil.
legacy's not on the line.
Damn near.
You would do a lot worse shit than fight for 100 million, bro.
Yeah, his legacy now.
God.
His legacy now.
It's not, bro. Nobody gives a fuck, bro.
Not no more.
So then why is they doing
For
it?
the cheese, nigga, you would do some unbelievable shit for 100 million. Unbelievable.
Hey, stop saying that.
He keep aiming at you.
Nah. I'm
He
just
keep
saying.
adding extras on that.
Nah, see, down my nigga.
Within reason.
Nah, my-
Analyst Jiren Boots Andes elaborates on this point, arguing that with Mayweather no longer capable of relying on perpetual movement, he may have no choice but to engage more directly. Instead of circling the perimeter and dictating the pace from long range, the fight could devolve into tighter, closer exchanges where both men are forced to operate in confined spaces. What was once expected to be a cautious, technical contest from the outside could instead transform into a gritty, physical inside battle, one where neither fighter has the luxury of space to reset or catch their breath.
Him being 49, 50, I feel like he's not gonna be moving as much and things like that. I feel like it's gonna be more. He gonna be more action packed now. To me, I don't know why.
You think they gonna stand there?
For some, I got a weird feeling, like some weird reason, like not just stand there, but like you know how Floyd usually move and yeah. I think he gonna move, but not too much, cause he older. He fit 49. Like, come on, right? He ain't about to be moving for 10, 12 rounds straight at that age. And he ain't fighting how long?
Damn, yo.
When the last time he fought?
Well, he's been doing the exhibition.
Fort. So when was the last? We gonna say when was the last exhibition? What was it, a 10-rounder or 8-rounder?
I don't know. He been stopping everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he going.
It might have been like Gotti. Is that the one?
And what was he doing? Was he boxing or was he walking it down?
Yo, honestly, when I seen him against the Japanese dude, he had his high guard and he was just walking forward.
That's what I'm saying. He older now. He ain't gonna be doing too much movement. He gonna be sharp and he gonna make Pacquiao run into something on some sharp calm. Like, watch.
Oh, so you think this ends in a stoppage?
It's a possibility, yo. I ain't even gonna lie. It's a possibility. I can see him catching.
Then there is the Pacquiao angle, which paints a very different picture. While Mayweather has largely remained active through low-risk exhibition bouts, Pacquiao has continued to test himself against legitimate, top-tier opposition. His 2025 showdown with WBC champion Mario Barrios stunned many observers. At 46 years old, he went the full 12 rounds and more than held his own against a reigning world title holder. The bout ultimately ended in a majority draw, yet a significant portion of analysts believe Pacquiao had done enough to secure the victory. Even Barrios himself conceded afterward that Pacquiao remained physically strong, with awkward timing and unpredictable rhythms that made him exceptionally difficult to handle.
One of the few fights where I've touched the canvas. But yeah, that old man is strong as fuck.
Right. When did you first kind of realize, like, okay, I gotta kind of like be on my defense because he can't hit a little bit?
Oh, easy from like round one. Really? So yeah, as soon as he started like letting his punches go, he was solid.
Was that a little surreal, kind of being in, like, looking at there and oh shit, it's Manny Pacquiao?
Gentlemen, 2 minutes. Ask your questions. We're out of here.
A little bit, just seeing a lot of those, those steps, those angles that he usually or the way he runs in and steps in. Even when he looks all balanced, those punches, they still have a lot of power behind them.
What did you make of his power? Did it surprise you at all?
Not necessarily that it surprised me, but he's strong as fuck. There's some punches in there, you don't want to be getting hit by, and he definitely hits you with some punches that, you don't want to get hit by, from different angles.
How much did you learn from fighting a legend like Pacquiao?
I learned a lot tonight. I think just being there with somebody like him, having to make those adjustments round by round, and trying to figure him out, and him trying to figure me out. That's that high speed chess, and like playing chess with somebody with his type of experience. It can only.
This isn't the story of a faded legend chasing one final paycheck. It's an all-time great who demonstrated just last year that he can still operate at an elite competitive level. If Pacquiao brings that same relentless, high-intensity output into the sphere, it effectively strips away Mayweather's usual comfort zone. He can no longer defend patiently and allow rounds to pass by without consequence. Instead, Pacquiao would force him into a far more demanding fight, one where simply waiting things out may no longer be a viable strategy.
Can Floyd keep his O? That will be the story. The only difference this time round, which does make it a little more interesting, is that Floyd hasn't boxed professionally in almost a decade, with the last time he actually faced a boxer being over a decade ago. Of course, Floyd has had a million exhibitions since, yet none of those fights actually posed any real sort of challenge to him. On the other hand, Pac-Man will. Pacquiao has proved he still somewhat has it. Last year, he fought to a draw against then WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. And coming into this fight, he won't be looking to take it lightly. If he gets the win here, it will certainly be legacy defining. Pacquiao certainly doesn't need any more accolades, but if he can take Floyd's O, that will really be the cherry on top for him. Although what stands in the way of both men in the meanwhile are exhibitions. Both somewhat have warm-up bouts in April. To start with the less interesting yet more competitive one, Pacquiao is set to face former champ Ruslan Provodnikov. If you'd never heard of him before, he's a former champ and you might know him from his performance against Bradley Jr. Yet he was good back in the day, although I don't really get how this came about. But I'm okay with it. It's an okay warm-up fight for Pac-Man. Whilst Floyd, well, he's in a bit more of a controversial one. He's meant to be fighting.
The decision to place this fight on Netflix has sparked considerable debate. Some believe the streaming giant is pushing boxing further into a spectacle-driven era, prioritizing entertainment over athletic purity. Others interpret it as a form of recognition for the sport's most significant legacy moments. By including the event in a standard subscription package, Netflix is effectively dismantling the paywall barrier that defined the 2015 experience. This shifts the focus away from expensive pay-per-view economics and toward mass global accessibility, allowing a vastly larger audience to watch without the financial hurdle that once limited the sport's reach. It remains rooted in nostalgia, but this time the experience is being distributed simultaneously to millions.
But I mean, there was no dispute that Floyd Mayweather was the rightful winner by a lot. I mean, but look, I'm going to say it again. This is not a fight that's for you or me or for the diehard fan. The diehard fan, whether they want to admit it or not, is going to watch the fight just because it's boxing and we're junkies. This is for the regular Joe that just knows these names and doesn't maybe follow boxing on a regular basis. And I'm going to tell you, I had like an epiphany a couple days ago. I now understand it, and I'm going to explain it to you. Because you and I are in this daily, and so we know what's a good fight, maybe what's a bad fight, what's something that's sort of interesting, where these athletes are in the terms of the arc of their career. And so we understand when they say Mayweather-Pacquiao too, 11 years after they fought the first time, and Floyd Mayweather, as we tape this today, is his 49th birthday, and Manny Pacquiao, when they get in the ring, will be 48 years old, or he's 47.
For Pacquiao, this rematch transcends financial gain and shifts squarely into the realm of personal closure. He has openly expressed a burning desire to be the fighter who hands Mayweather his first official defeat, framing it as the only way to permanently alter how their rivalry is remembered by history. On the other side of the equation, Mayweather is driven by an unwavering belief that greatness does not have an expiration date. He remains convinced that his pristine 50-0 record can still stand untouched, even at 49. Despite warnings from figures like Andre Ward about the dangers of stepping back into a professional-level fight at this stage, Mayweather remains firm in his confidence, trusting that his defensive intelligence can still override the debilitating effects of age. In the end, both men are putting their entire reputations on the line.
Different. Two older guys sometimes, because they don't have the energy and the legs to be moving as much, and the reflexes aren't as sharp, they're a little bit dull. These guys are still very, very good, but when you put them together at their age, given their history, and given the fact that I don't think Floyd's gonna have the energy to move the way that he did before, you could get a more entertaining fight. You can get more of a back and forth scrap, which is what a lot of people wanted. And it's not a guarantee that this fight goes the distance, given these guys' age and where their punch resistance are, where their current punch resistance is, and you don't know. At 40-some years of age, late 40s, you don't know how you're gonna take a clean shot with an 8-ounce glove. You think you know, but you don't fully know. So the Floyd Mayweather return is bittersweet for me. I don't mind Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. But if Floyd Mayweather starts to campaign, which it sounds like he is, as a professional fighter doing real sanctioned fights, I'm struggling with that. I don't want to see Floyd Mayweather take a loss against a guy that we've never heard of. I don't want to see Floyd Mayweather take a loss against a younger fighter, because the younger fighters these days, they play for keeps. They're not so enamored with Floyd Mayweather where they won't try to beat him up. They don't love Floyd Mayweather so much where they don't want that O on their record, and they want to be able to say, I did that to Floyd, because their name is forever etched in history. There's nothing they can do before or after that's going to be bigger than them giving Floyd Mayweather their first loss. I don't know if that's going to happen. Floyd Mayweather is just as smart outside the ring as he is inside the ring. He's very calculated. Mayweather measures twice and cuts once. From a business standpoint, he's going to watch a fighter. He'll say he don't watch him, but he'll watch any potential opponent over and over and over, and he has to process, can he do anything with me? How does my skill set line?
The path towards September is still shrouded in uncertainty. Mayweather is already scheduled for a high-profile exhibition against Mike Tyson in April, while Pacquiao is set to face the hard-hitting Rusakov in a bout that carries very real danger. Neither of these matchups can be treated as simple showcase appearances, since both carry legitimate risk. A poor performance or a serious knockout in either fight could immediately derail the planned Netflix showdown. And that unpredictability is exactly what makes the entire situation so compelling.
It just happened that I'm still active in boxing, and he come out from retirement, so and he decided to do it again. So this is it. Like I'm so excited for the fight.
It's going to be in the Sphere. It's going to be a first of its kind event. The last time you and Mayweather stepped into a ring, it was 2015, over a decade ago. Is there anything you can learn from that fight heading into September's bout?
Oh yeah, I learned a lot on that fight. Way back 2015, I think we become mature right now and how to handle it, and like, you know, I hope that it will not happen again, like the way it is last 2015. You know, it's the experience is like not really 100%, but I'm hoping for this time around no more excuses, especially to my condition and also for everything. Like I'm so excited and ready to the fight. Although before he wants an exhibition with me, but I disagree, and I want to fight with exhibition with him. I want to fight a real fight like this. So this is it. Like this is.
At 49 and 47, Floyd and Manny remain among the final active figures from a generation that fundamentally shaped modern boxing. Calling it a money-driven spectacle isn't entirely wrong, and the nostalgia factor is undeniably powerful. But it also presents a rare scenario where two highly intelligent ring strategists may be forced into exchanges they could once avoid through superior movement and control. With the action set to take place under the dazzling scale of the Las Vegas Sphere, the event goes beyond a standard bout. It becomes a continuation of a long-standing rivalry that once captured the world's attention and now resurfaces on an even larger, more ambitious stage. Regardless of whether it delivers, the world will be watching.